everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Unmute Minds. I'm joined here by a very special guest.
I'm so happy to be here. I'm Savannah.
Savannah, it's so great to have you on here. I'm very glad you could join us today. So today we want to be discussing something more towards the mind. So Savannah here is in cross country.
Yes.
Practices every morning at 5:30.
Yep.
So fun.
Yes.
Can you walk me through what's that number one? What's it like starting your day, just going for it?
It is some days when your bed's nice and warm, you just want to stay in it. But then I like to think about discipline and how it takes discipline to run and to do as well as we do as a team.
Definitely. It takes discipline to do anything, really.
Yeah.
Could you walk me through how you end up joining cross country to begin with?
I don't know. I've always loved running. I did soccer in elementary school, and my favorite part about soccer was the running. And
Not the ball, just running.
Not the ball, just running. And then in middle school, my mom told me I should join cross country because that's what she did in high school and in college. And then I just found a love for it. And then I became fast, and it became all a mindset. Like, I figured out not the key to running, but like your mind has a huge role in how you run.
Definitely. And how would you say that applies to your regular life? Do you think cross country has changed your life?
I do. I think so. 100%. It's definitely like getting up in the morning. It makes you have something to look forward to. And on the days when I don't want to get up, I literally lay in bed and say discipline over and over again to help get me in the right mindset for the morning. And it really, like, pushing through the hard times and the hard workouts, or pushing through the hard workouts helped me push through, like, the hard times and whenever things get rough.
So you'd say it made you stronger as a person?
Yes.
And you started in middle school?
I did 7th grade.
7th grade. Is there, like, different levels of cross country, or... Because I remember you mentioning once you had the great white sharks, the jaws, and the...
Yeah, we have...
Supreme.
Yeah, we start off with Sharknado, which is people who can... Their long run is 3 miles. Mm-hmm. And then there's Sharknado, which... there's Jaws, which their long run is about 5 to 6 miles. And then there's Megalodon, which their long run is 7 to 10 miles. So it's like, you're not stuck in that group. You can move up and through the groups.
Wow. And that's in the mornings, I'm assuming.
Yes. Yeah.
There's people that run 10 miles in the morning?
Yes, there are. I've done it a few times.
Where even is it? Is that like a lap around the school, or?
Mm-mm. We run all the way into Nocatee and back. And
how do you stay strong after a run like that? Like, after a run like that, I would just throw myself on the floor and be like, I'm actually not gonna go to school today.
I don't know, I guess, like, after you finish a run, when you look back on it, you're like, wow, I just did that. I think that's also for life, too. Like, when you pass through, like, hard times or rough spots, you look back and you're like, wow, I went through that, or I did that.
Yeah, it is very different looking back on things that happened to you. So what do you say pumps you up the most, almost? Would you say that music's a good motivator for you?
Yeah, I love some music. I don't listen to it while I run, but before and after, it's so refreshing. And I know the before music, I like to listen to pump up stuff. So not quite rap, but uplifting pop music and country and things like that.
You gotta give me some of your song recommendations then, because I need some more pump up music. What do you listen to afterwards?
Smooth stuff, like not smooth stuff, but slower songs that don't get you hyped up as much. So like Benson Boone, or just sweet songs that kind of make you want to go to sleep.
So what do you think about when you're running? I know that's a little bit of a stranger question, but...
I don't know, it depends on the day. So I'll be in the middle of a race, and I'll be thinking about what I want to do after the race, like how much I want to eat, or what I want to eat, or who I'm going to go talk to or how I'm going to finish. A lot of people lay down at the finish line, but I've never done that. I don't know, on a good day, a good race, my mind goes blank. There is absolutely nothing.
Nothing?
And nothing in my mind. It's actually
Wow.
so weird.
That's a state of peace that I strive to achieve. That is a state of mind right there.
Yes. No, it's like literally everything's clear. Like you're not thinking about anything. You're just running. It's kind of like blocking everything else out and focusing on the task we have.
Maybe I should join cross country.
Yes!
You're locked in.
Yes. No, the runner's high is the best.
I bet it is. I'm intrigued. What do you mean they lay down in the finish line? Get run over by the remaining runner?
No, some people finish. As soon as they finish, they collapse on the ground. And it's every cross-country race, there's people laying on the ground everywhere. It's almost like a war zone. You're trying not to step on people.
And everyone's like crowding around the body that like got first. Yay! But no, the guy's still on the floor.
That's how it goes.
So what would you say to yourself or to others if they were to tell you that they've lost motivation? Because I know that we're entering the second quarter and people already have senioritis. I've already heard cases of people just giving up on their grades or their class because people have been, I think I have a good 3 classes that are going to be throwing a test at us the moment we get back from break.
I would say just look at everything you've accomplished already. Because I know sometimes, like with schoolwork and running and everything, I feel really down and I don't feel like I've accomplished anything. Like no matter how hard I work or how much I don't work, I don't feel like I accomplished anything. But then sometimes I just have to take a second and look back and think of what a younger version of myself, or even just a few weeks ago, if I could look at myself now and see what all I've done, like what all I've accomplished, like in math, getting logarithms and, and things like that. I don't know, because I can remember being in middle school, looking at all the high school students, learning about having X and Y in the same equation, and now we have more letters in the same equation. Like it's not even numbers anymore. And it's just impressive to me to know that I'm doing what I thought looked so hard when I was younger.
I remember, actually now that you mentioned it, I remember when I was in middle school, in 7th grade, something like that, and I remember someone started talking about derivatives. And I was like, what on earth is that? And it was like, oh no, it's the slope. We were like barely starting slope of what lines and stuff, so it's the slope of the tangent of the secant of the what tangerine, like the fruit. It's really impressive to see how far you've come, and I know that must apply to outside of cross country too, because there's huge accomplishments in cross country.
Yeah, like breaking different barriers. Like some people, like sometimes, so in middle school I ran a 5K and it was like 24 minutes, and I run that for my easy runs now. Even on the days when I don't feel like I can race or I don't feel well, I think about my easy runs were my races in middle school. So I feel like that's with everything, like schoolwork, your mind. Like your mind is growing even when you don't feel like it is.
There's always something more. When you think you've reached the top, there's always something more.
I know. It's actually crazy.
I think that's really all that school is. It's, even if I was taking like 0 AP classes and I was in cross country, it would be very difficult for me to stay in a mentality of keep going.
It's definitely hard.
What do you think is the most rewarding part of being in a sport?
It gives you something to take your mind off schoolwork or whatever's happening. I know there were some times when I had a really bad test or forgot to turn something in and felt like just falling apart. And if you go run, I know this is going to sound long, but if you go run for at least 4 miles, like you get over it within 30, 40 minutes. So it's almost like you physically, or not exhaust yourself, but like it puts your mind on other parts rather than a bad grade.
You gotta focus on what your body's telling you, not what Miss Thompson told you.
Yes.
How do you think your mindset has affected the way you perform in maybe not even a race, but just in practice in general? Your mindset beforehand?
It does. It truly does. And I know this is going to sound weird, but I've experimented with it too. If I go into a workout or a run with a bad mindset, like I didn't get enough sleep last night or I didn't eat anything right or anything like that, I run really bad. But then if I keep it in my head that I can do it, I've trained, I can do harder things than a run or things like that, it really changes your mind. And then sometimes I'm amazed at what I can do with just the mindset. Like some workouts I feel aren't even physical, it's more mental. I know sometimes I've said, oh, I've beat the mental workout or something like that. Because like it was more of a mental workout than a physical workout. Like I feel like you can do that with everyday life too. I feel like you can't do this or can't study for this. You can just look at it more and more. I know for workouts it definitely helps to say you can do it over and over again.
I know my parents they've always told me, but in perspective of me, it goes, tú puedes con esto y más, which translates roughly to, you can handle this and more. And
I like that.
so whenever I feel like I'm drowning, I'm like, wait, hold on. I'm good. I could probably handle triple this. And that's what really keeps me going, getting in that mindset.
Yeah, someone told me once that when you're tired, that's only 40% of what you can do. And I was like, wow.
Wait, come again?
When you're tired, that's only 40% of what you can actually accomplish. Like physically or mentally.
So when you're tired and you're doing something, that something is only 40% of what you could actually do?
I thought that was pretty cool.
Well, definitely. The sky's the limit, honestly.
Yeah.
That's what I like to tell myself every year. Would you ever be interested in running, like, a marathon? Or a half marathon or something like that?
Yeah, I think eventually, like maybe after college, like after I accomplish academic and life goals, after college, after having fun, I think I'll start focusing on not professional running, but running marathons well, or half marathons.
Do you have a history of running in your family?
Yeah.
You do?
My mom ran, my dad played soccer, my mom's mom ran, and I think my mom's dad ran. And then my dad's dad runs still. There's a lot of runners.
That is impressive. Wait, what have they done?
My dad's dad has done a few marathons. My mom's done a few marathons. My momo only ran cross country in high school. And I think my mom's dad only played and did it for fun.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you've got a whole history.
Yes.
There. My God. That makes me thinking, like, I know when I was in elementary school, we had to run. Oh my gosh! Hold on. I just got like memories unlocked. So we had this thing called a jogathon.
A jogathon?
Yes, where essentially you would run around a little circle, and then they would give you rubber bands for every lap that you ran. And so kids would be like shoving kids out of their ways to get them more rubber bands.
Oh,
because sometimes a line would form if people were like too in sync. But that reminds me of how much fun I would have with those, because they would start playing like Fireball or Who Let the Dogs Out on the speaker. That's my experience with running. It's been always goofy. And then I remember, I think it was still in elementary school, I joined a program called Girls on the Run.
Sounds familiar.
It was don't quote me on that title though.
Yeah, that sounds right.
The only reason I remember it is because we did a 5K once, and they had, those like yogurt tubes?
Yes.
They had one every single meeting.
Oh my goodness.
And I was like, yes, please, and thank you. So you have state coming up.
Yes,
right?
we do.
Tell
weekend.
Me everything. Tell me everything.
All right. So, starting out, unfortunately, we got beat by Child, our main enemy, but has become our main, or not enemy, but like main competitor. No hard feelings, just our main competitor. And they're new to our region. They weren't in our region until last year. Oh. And so they moved down from 4A to 3A, which is what we're in. And they beat us, but we didn't have one of our top runners, and me and someone else ran really bad. So they beat us. But at state, we're hoping we can kind of slide in there, rolling. And the only thing is, 2 years ago, we got second to Dillard's. And Dillard's is a school in Miami who can run 7th and 8th graders in their high school races. So I think the year they won state, their second to top runner was an 8th grader. But then another school beat Dillard's at their region meet too. So there are 4 teams vying for the state title, and we're all running. Everyone's pretty much paired up on our team. So, like, our top girl has a top girl, our second girl has their second girl, and then their third girl, and so on, like, all the way down to the 7th, because only 7 run at state.
Okay.
But it's going to be so tight, because it's a number game, basically.
Yeah. It's down to the millisecond. I've seen the sets you showed me. It's quite literally down to the millisecond. Wait, how does that work, the pairing thing?
So, if our top girl runs 1830, their top girl runs 1825. Our second girl runs 1850, and all of their second girls run 1850s-esque. It's like all the way down to the 1930s, 40s.
And that's for what distance?
3.1 miles.
3.1. That's what it took me to barely finish one. I remember it was a while ago. I was like walking down here, and I was so optimistic. I started like running down the hill, and then I got to there, and it was like no. But it was a lot of fun.
No, it's gonna be so tight. So, hoping this weekend turns out well.
I hope it does too. Are you only going against those 3 schools, or are they just your main?
No, those are our main competitors. I know at some of the meets we've raced against 800 people.
Wow.
And this is probably going to be maybe 400, 300. So there's still going to be a lot of people in there. Those are just team titles.
So where do you guys run? Like down a line, down a road, on the single file line.
On the course.
Yeah. Is it like a road?
It's got like the whole first mile is all downhill though. So it's all like the first mile's pretty fast, and then the second mile you hit this giant hill which goes pretty much like this, and then you start back down the hill, and then you have to go up it a second time, and then you finish. And on the days when it's really sunny and hot, it gets so dry. There's dust everywhere because it's almost like gravel. The ground's all gravel and grass.
Okay.
And then on the days when it's really wet, it's perfect because all the dew's holding down all the dust and everything. There's like almost 10 different races that day too. Because there's a race before us, after us, and like all the way to like almost 11 o'clock.
Wow.
So it's packed.
Oh my, you gotta tell me how it goes.
I will.
Like, alright, you guys race. You won. Okay, next. You guys race. Okay, you won. Go.
Yep, that's how it goes.
So, is your guys a 3A because of the number of people that you've got?
Because of the number of people in our school. So it's about the whole school. So since we have about 2,000 people, all the schools we race against have about 2,000 people. I think 4A has 3,000, maybe 4,000. I'm not 100% sure. I just know it's divided by how big your school is.
The hallway traffic must go crazy.
I know.
We're not making it to class on time.
Oh my goodness. Sidetrack note, but my cousin lives in Texas, like Dallas, Texas. And they've got close to 9,000 kids in their school.
Their school?
Or 9,000. It's a lot.
How big's the school?
I don't know. I've never been, but I've heard stories, and it's almost like a small college.
I would hope so. Can you imagine 10,000 of us at PV?
Oh,
we're cooks.
New people every day.
No, genuinely. And then all the classrooms are like packed with 100 kids.
Yeah.
You get like in groups. It's like groups of 10 because of the teachers and grading all that. So, what are you doing to prepare yourself mentally for our state?
I just keep telling myself that it doesn't matter how hard it's gonna hurt. It's for our team. It's a team aspect and not just me. So if I run really well, it's for the team. And really I just keep playing the course over and over in my head, making sure I have each turn, each move down in my head and how I'm gonna feel and everything like that. And stretching. A lot of stretching.
Of course, it's very important. We don't have to tear anything.
Yes.
Does your guys' coach give you any pep talk?
He gives us a plan. We're going to have our front 2 girls go at it and go for however high they can get. And then I'm hoping to tag along with them with our 2 other girls who are going to round out our points and help us win state. So we're hoping we can all come in roughly together.
God, is it based on who gets there first?
So if you get first place, you get 1 point for your team. If you get 5th place, you get 5 points for the team, and so on. So if I place 20th, then I'll score 20 points, and the lowest score wins.
Gotcha. So even if people go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, if the 8th person, or I know there's only 7 people, if the 7th person gets like 400th place,
they lose. So it's all a numbers game.
It's all like the whole team.
It
isn't
really
just one
is.
person. How do you choose what 7 people get to go to state anyways?
I don't know. It's a really tough choice, especially for the coaches to have to make. It's because we have 8 girls running really well, but only 7 of them get to run. I know it is so tight, but
again, down to the millisecond. Mindset definitely helps you with your running experience. I can see the slightest bit of hesitation counts. Everything counts towards your team.
I think my parents told me that running's 80% mental and 20% physical or something like that.
Really?
It's like some crazy, maybe 70% mental and 30% physical. Like, it's a crazy number.
You can outdo your body. Of course, there will be a point with your body, like, but you can really mentally outdo your body.
Yeah. It's crazy what will can do. Like, your will, like, if you want something done or want to do something, you're gonna get it done.
You can do it.
Yeah.
My history teacher has a quote on his, whether you think you can or you can't, you're right.
Oh, I like that.
I'm not even going to say that. It always turns out to be what I think, not exactly my way, but what I think. If I think I can't do, then I don't.
Your mind's magical. It really is.
It's scary how powerful it is, almost.
It really is. Like, I read, do you know the book Unbroken?
Unbroken. Ooh, I've heard of it.
It's about, he was also a runner. He was going to qualify for the Olympics, but then World War II happened and all this stuff, and their plane went down into the ocean, and him and 2 other guys survived, and they were on lifeboats. One of the guys ate all the foods, all their rations, and felt so guilty about it. And the other 2 guys were still hopeful, like they still believed that someone was going to find them, they were going to find something. And the other guy was so fed up with himself that he ate all the food they had, and that he was the reason they're going to die and all this kind of stuff. He was losing his hope and his will to live, and he was shriveling up in the raft, basically killing himself through his mind. And the other guys they still had hope and their will to live, and he didn't. He was the one that died.
Wow.
So it's actually crazy. Like, even in, like, life-threatening circumstances, the ones who always survive have a strong will and hope.
I think I remember reading about that. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I'd almost forgotten about that. That is a very powerful and real example.
I feel like everyone should live by it. Not live by it, but know that you're capable of more, and that if you always have hope and a will, then there's always a way.
There's a will, there's a way.
There's a will, there's a way.
I used to think that when I was little, that phrase meant, I will do, which I guess it technically does, but I will do something, not like will to live. But if there's a will, there's a way.
Yep.
Regardless of either one. Wow, okay. Thank you so much for joining me today. I really liked having you on here. Thank you for sharing so much about your cross-country endeavors.
Yes.
That is so much fun. Best of luck to you at state.
Thank you.
It's all going to be worth it. Everything's going to go great,
Ooh.
I promise. And yeah, thank you so much.
Yes, it's been a pleasure being here.
I'm glad. Thank you. All right.
Hey, it's time to rise. At Ponte Vedra, let's light up the skies. With our hearts united, we're breaking through. Here's to the club where we celebrate you. When life gets rough and the road feels tough, remember the strength